feel. Ooh, you know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh. you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
One, two, 1, 2. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's get started. Okay. Of course. Oh. Oh. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hey everybody. Watch as Baxter is not ready after thinking he was ready. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's get started. Okay. Oh, I see what I did wrong here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oops. There we go. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I am apologizing for the late start here. Yeah. That's good. Louisa just asked, when will I sell my merch? Maybe I should try. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know is the answer. I would like to do it before the cold weather completely goes away, because I'd like to start off by selling hoodies, because they usually sell the best. That's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up, because that just reminded me that I need to think about that. So I don't have a good answer, but I'll come back to you on that one. By the way, welcome Carla, Rita, Lisa, Anastasia. Well, I don't know if Anastasia's here, but Lindsay's here. Jackie, as always, thank you for chiming in about the music being on there. Over there in the corner stretching is Tara. She is my faithful cohort in this. So let's see. Okay, I'll sell it before Christmas. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. We'll do what we can. Yeah, we'll try to make that happen. Yeah, that's really soon. Okay, that might be tough, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll do what I can. The thing is I don't have merch already made, so I'd have to get it made and sell it. That would be kind of a tight, but possible. Okay, so I think one change I'm noticing right away is that I've made the, oh, hey, Ronnie. I have made the chat text bigger. I can see now it's taken up, I must have done that. Yeah, so let me know if that helps. I think most of you probably are watching on, do most of you watch on your phone, or do most of you watch on your TV? If you're watching on your phone, it probably looks better, but it's a lot more fun on your TV. I suggest watching your TV, and then if you watch it in replay, just as always, all the replays are in HD quality, and I think everybody knows what that means, but if you don't know what that means, we are streaming in something that would be like this is like 80s television resolution here. But you can see this in its full glory. Believe it or not, it's not all this digitized mess all the time. And you can see it in its full glory in HD if you can wait about 12 to 14 hours after the class airs. Okay, so I want to just go ahead and jump into this. Oh, sweet. And then for some reason, I don't know why, maybe one of you computer geeks can explain this to me, the live stream actually tends to look better live than it does like if you watch the replay of the live stream. So just so you understand, there's always going to be a replay of the live stream, which is just basically how it looked live, and then the HD version that I upload later. So that's what I mean by these two differences. Oh yeah, I definitely will sell something sleeveless. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's a default too. Yeah, everybody loves sleeveless and hooping. So we actually had sleeveless hoodies, which were super popular with the crew. We had them in different thicknesses. I don't know if anybody that's watching had one, but we did make a lot. We sold a lot of them. Okay, so let's just go ahead and jump in now. So a little bit of background on this class. So some of you know that I made a funny picture on my social media of me with this new saw. that I bought as part of my furniture, my woodworking hobby that I'm into now. And I bought it a while ago. And what I didn't realize when I bought it was how heavy this thing is. And when I was moving it after I first got it, I like strained my arm. I felt this pop, like I knew that I had done something. I'm 47, and I knew it was heavy, but I didn't think it was that heavy. And so anyway, when I did that, I injured my arm, and it is still hurting now. And so Tara this is sort of her specialty. And she gave me some advice yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, that maybe I should just rest it. So when I was coming up with this class, I thought, well, I'll just do a whole core hooping class because then I won't have to move my arm very much. But Tara's not a big fan of those classes, especially after she works all day and they're really tiring. So I didn't want to do that. So then I wanted to do, then I thought, well, maybe a blind flow class would be good because then I could stay on the core, she could do whatever she wants, and then you guys at home could do whatever you want. So that's sort of where the class is going to come from. But we're going to work with blindfolds or keeping our eyes closed. No, Tara does not like to wear a blindfold, so she's just going to close her eyes, and it's cool between us, and it would be cool with me if you did that. But I do encourage you to close your eyes as much as you can, because the reason I called this class Opening Up is I cannot explain to anyone adequately just how much blindfolded flow movement opened me up. And I mean that really in every possible way, metaphorically, literally, physically, just biologically. Like I just feel so much more open within my body. I just feel like there is so much more spaciousness when I think about my body than what used to be. And particularly when you're in your flow world, you can kind of like let flow guide you, and sometimes it's hard to let it guide you if it's being kind of controlled or censored by your vision. And this wouldn't apply to everybody. This is just some people, like you care so much about what it looks like that when you watch yourself, it can start to like, it can for some people sort of like start to kind of limit their flow into what they think looks good right then. Does that make sense? And so like so it can kind of like, they can sort of get rutted pretty quickly because they just naturally keep doing what looks good. But there's a lot of like growth in what doesn't look good. And a lot of like things that will one day look good start off by not looking good. And so the blindfold is really meant, or the way I'm using it tonight when we talk about opening, is to really like open those type of new awkward things that might feel good but not look good, but you're not like, they're getting past the initial wave of sensors because they're not being seen by you, right? And so they're just purely being felt for their own sort of value, without its sort of, how much of a visual commodity it might be someday. So that's where we're going today. Oh, sweet, Lindsay, sweet. Lindsay probably owns every style of HoopPath merch ever, as well. Jackie might also, actually. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So the playlist tonight is coming off of my SoundCloud. And I just realized, actually, I'm going to go to my go-to sway because it's not really going to matter too much. So what I'd like you to do in this time, if you can, is like position yourself that you can be blind as much as possible tonight. And by blind, I just mean eyes closed. So that could be with a blindfold or without. I totally think you should get a blindfold, but not everybody digs them. My love over here doesn't dig them. So she's just going to close her eyes. So if you can, like, look around. If you didn't see this one coming, if you didn't get if the promo didn't clue you in, or if you didn't see it in time, just clear some space, make sure that you are safe. And this is the kind of movement that, I would see if you could achieve. I know some of you are in New York and this might be impossible. But what's good to do before we close our eyes is to safeten up the space, to like make sure that the animal that is you feels safe in the space that you're in right now, that there's nothing you can hit. So Tara's in a very familiar space for her, so this is a short process, right? Like she knows, well, I'm not going to move anything. Okay. okay, I think it's this one. Okay, hopefully I've got the right track. Okay. Audible breath in. I am not hearing music. Oh, I see. This is perfect. All right. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. As always, let me know in the comments if the music's too loud or I'm too quiet or I'm too loud, the music's too quiet. Open. Open. Every tour, well, not every tour, but towards the end, I would try to teach some of the story or share some of the myth to get it all out before I was going to hang it up. And sometimes it would be a theme, or sometimes it would be a particular Maidan. And when I went out on the road and I shared Darsha the open-handed, the born blind Maidan, the Maidan who could change the weather with her dance, the Maidan that could hear tigers, and I would watch as rooms and gymnasiums full of people would close their eyes and open their hands and pretend that they were moving with the wind. Audible breath in. I think it's maybe in part because Darsha has never seen herself move. Her whole life she never saw herself move or do anything. And so she only knew her movement by how it felt, by what it accomplished, by what it opened. She knew what it was like to be silly, but she didn't really know what it was like for someone to look silly. Audible breath in. Open. You can imagine your ears are getting wider. They're opening. Marcia the Open-Handed. Dancing with the Wind. Audible breath in. I love that one. I gotta put that. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna add that to our little playlist tonight because that was not on there originally, but I wanna make sure you guys know how to find it. This playlist is already put together, by the way. Okay, so this is an advanced hoop class, or at least that's the way I think about that. And so in advanced, let's see, let's get it. There we go. In advanced, like HoopPath classes like this one, I pretty much just, they're so loosely guided, and tonight's going to be one of those. And so a blind flow class, I'll be talking to you a little bit. I'm going to suggest a technique for you, but the ultimate thing for you, we're going to explore different things so we don't hit everything too hard. But the most important thing is to remember, this is a resource for you. So like, if you're not digging being blindfolded, if the class would be fun, if you weren't blindfolded, then do that. Or if we go into some area and then you decide you just want to stay there and live there for the next hour, that's totally cool too, of course. Okay. Okay, so. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with, I want to start with point technique right now oops, that's really not good, is it? There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with blindfolded point, or closing your eyes, blindfolded. But before we do that, what I want you to do is, just for a second, I want you to move slowly like I am in point technique. Wherever the hoop is, it doesn't matter. It could be on the body or off the body. But what I want you to do is, while you're sighted, is to go up onto one leg. And then either while you're still up on that leg or at some point, I just want you to close your eyes and feel how that balance changes. So you can go up-sided, close your eyes, and you'll feel the balance immediately change, because that's how much we use our eyes to create balance. But we can feel balance. In addition to using our eyes, we can just feel it. And though it's a lot harder, it's possible. And then just for fun, we can sort of imagine that visual, open-eyed balance is the penultimate balance. But that the ultimate balance would be some kind of blindfolded balance. We're just imagining that. All right. So our exercise tonight, we're going to start off with is blind point with an invitation to try balances or big steps with it. When I imagine Darsha, the open-handed, dancing with the wind, I don't just imagine her hands dancing with the wind, but I imagine her feet dancing as well. That even though she may have been blind, that she wasn't afraid to move her feet, to bring them up, to let them feel or explore. Some of you might remember the Darsha meditation, and that is when I am feeling for the movement of the wind or air on my hands. That just by moving them, I feel the air that I'm creating or that I'm moving with them. And I tune in and tap into just that sensation. And it can really open up your movement, or at least help you explore new ways of moving, to just imagine that the air is something that you can pet. Or that it's some nice cloth that you can run your fingers across. What I like about the Darsha meditation is if I'm not lost in it, if I'm like distracted in my flow, I can just always come back to just the aim of the meditation, to just feel air on my hands. So if my monkey mind starts going crazy, I just go like, okay, go back. How does it feel on your hand? Nice. Okay. All right. So, one sec. Rachel, you made it. Sweet. Oh, wow, Rita. Hooping outside, you lucky dog. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so any thoughts, comments, questions? You thought it was hard? To balance with your eyes closed? Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to move into, actually, Tara's already doing the movement, but we're going to move into some vertical rolling blindfolded. And then I think what I was going to explain, just to make sure we're all on the same page, is that these type of advanced level blind classes, we just assume that everybody can try it with their eyes closed, right? So what we do is it's kind of like a guided flow class where we're just going to go into different techniques, but using the blindfold with them. And then I'll be talking just a little bit. All right.
And we know they use some of that brain power for just living complicated lives. But what do we really know about dolphin intelligence? Well, we know a few things.
Oh, I forgot. You guys to hear it. You have to hear the intro to the song to understand. Okay.
Now, I'm interested in dolphins because of their large brains.
Blindfolded rolling, and I'll show you some. No, one, I can get into just
some of that brain power for just living complicated lives. But what do we really know about dolphin intelligence? Well, we know a few things. We know that their brain-to-body ratio, which is a physical measure of intelligence, is second only to humans. Cognitively, they can understand artificially created languages, and they pass self-awareness tests in mirrors, and in some parts of the world, they use tools. But there's one big question left. Do they have a language, and if so, what? Now imagine what it would be like to really understand the mind of another intelligent species on the planet.
Okay, now that she's not talking about how awesome dolphins are. What I'm doing right now is called vertical rolling in the HoopPath anyway. I'm switching arms. And I'm trying to think about it as a rhythm. So I'm in my blindfold, I'm vertical rolling, and I'm trying to feel it as a rhythm, as a wind that I'm wrapping around my arm. And that when I want to speed up the hoop, I don't have to see it speed up, I can feel it speed up by just tightening the rotation, tightening that wind around my arm. In your blindfold or with your eyes closed, of course, your flow can go anywhere it wants to go. If it wants to go onto the body, it can go onto the body.
Now imagine what it would be like to really understand the mind of another intelligent species on the planet.
If you haven't tried it before, feeling for isolations instead of looking for them. They're not as clean, but they're funky. The hoop almost feels like it's floating. All right. Oops. Okay. How you feeling? Okay. So we've done vertical rolling blindfolded. We've done, I guess we've done sway blindfolded. We've done point blindfolded. And now we're going to do contact folding while blindfolded. The folding, just so we're clear, is anytime the hoop is folding along some imagined axis. It could be anywhere. Like this could be a fold where it's folding along this. This could be a fold where even though the axis is sort of staying the same, it's folding across that. So that's a fold. Twirls or folds, basically, any, like this is a type of fold, right? It's just anytime you're sort of thinking about and intentionally sort of sending the hoop, across an axis. So then contact folding is when you it's also kind of the same thing as gooey, but not quite. But contact folding is when you bring the hoop into your body and then you use your body or your arm, it could be anything. Like this is a type of contact fold, but it's when you're sort of bringing it or smushing the hoop into your body and you're creating like an extra contact. So this would be contactless folding, right? And then this would be contact folding. This is when I am okay, sweet. All right, thank you guys. I got to get this merch going. Thank you. I knew what you meant, Shelly. I appreciate that. So these are contact folds. Tara's doing a good job right now, even though her camera's not where I want it to be. She's doing a good job of contact folds. Okay, so let me put some music on, and let's try this blindfolded. Just to step into the sensory nature of the contact, to really feel, just to really indulge yourself in the contact that the hoop is making with you while you're blindfolded, and to really open up your sense of touch. We've been talking about opening up the sense of hearing, but opening up your sense of touch by using the hoop to kind of, imagine activating and you can create contact hinges. These can be fun ways. This is basically contact folding. I'm just creating a hinge by either gripping it or snugging it to me. And the hoop's pressed up against me like this, and then I have a hinge here. This is a contact fold, right? felt this one yet before. This is a powerful one to feel. I'm inside the hoop. I'm inside of it. It's hanging here, and then, it's a super simple hinge, but I can start to create movement on the hoop, right? But just bringing my arms out and then tucking them back in, or actually just rotating them outwards. This is a contact fold. Now there are, an infinite number of ways that you can move the hoop, right? So it's not really about rules, but I'm just trying to show you some examples so that there are pure contact fold techniques so you understand that there's what exactly it is. Haven't done that much blindfold work, there is a sort of learning curve, or maybe you think of it as a comfort curve, where you start to get more and more comfortable with it. But you can do it in moments. If this is too much in one sitting, or one hooping session, that's fine. But you can build up. Go back to the feeling of the air on my hands. It's such a good meditation, physical movement meditation, because it can really help you find your focus or stay focused, just to come back and say, like, all right, even if I'm blindfolded and I'm doing contact folding, I want to feel what this feels like on my hands. I just want to feel what that air feels like. Sweet. Yeah, they do feel good to do. All right. Okay, so now we are going to mix it up a little bit. And because I do want to do a little bit of core hooping. just for the gang. Let's see how we're doing on time here. Oh, wow, we're almost out of time already. Wow, okay, sorry. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Okay. All right, well, this won't be too hard to imagine. You're just going to close your eyes and start core hooping. And what we're going to, I'm going to talk to you a little bit while we do it. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a rhythm to hoop to so you can. And then you can keep your eyes open for this part if you want, or you can keep them closed. But I just want to talk to you about a few things. So I'm on the waist here. I'm on the waist here. And what I want to do while I'm blindfolded is keep all of the lessons that we were just working on, or to keep everything that we've been doing with me now. So I want to feel my sense of touch on the air, and I want to move my hands as much as possible. And I really want to allow my body to move with some kind of metaphor. Nice, Shelly. Well, Shelly, same. Same here. All right, so we can go back to that. So what I'm working on, and I'm keeping my eyes open right now, but what we're trying to work on right now is our core hooping, but more importantly, feeling some kind of movement in our hands and seeing if the blindfold helps with that or hurts with that or whatever, right? Now, remember when I said something about sometimes things don't look good before they do look good? Keep that in mind, right? That's why I don't encourage you to watch yourself right now, right? To just allow your hands to just move and do whatever freaky thing or whatever cliche thing or whatever programmed or unprogrammed thing is there, just to give them space to breathe, okay? I'll close my eyes and I'll try to be as open as I can in my own freakiness. If you want to bring the hoop up to your shoulders, of course you can. But if you do that, keep the hands moving. Think whole body. I'm going to keep my hoop on the waist because I'm just digging that right now. I just realized I'm going in this same current this whole time just because I want to. I'm going to switch currents. If you're new to core hooping and keeping your eyes closed or going blindfolded, the secret is to just feel rhythm, to feel different pressures on different parts of the body as the hoop goes around, to think of those different pressure points as like, you know, the head of a drum. Every time you push yourself into the hoop, into its current, you speed it up every time. So the more back and forth you do, the faster the hoop gets. Every time I step into it or push my hip into the current, it's called creating the corner. I create a corner, the hoop just whips around it. open, open, open. Remember, awkward can really kind of means unknown. Like something that's awkward when we don't know how to handle it, right? It's unknown to us. And so it's not evil. Awkward isn't evil, it's just unknown. So awkward movement might be really cool movement or might really lead to huge openings in you, but just it's unknown at first, it's awkward. If that made sense, then you guys are really following me tonight. Okay, well, I just realized what time it is, and we're almost out of time. All right, I think we should let's do one more exercise, and let's do second current only, but we're gonna do one more core exercise, second current only, and then we'll have a free hoop. And you guys can go ahead and jump in the free hoop if you want, but I really think some of you should try second current right now, because where the blindfolded really helped me was on second current. It really helped me just feel, instead of seeing second current as what I couldn't do well. Sweet. So let's just try some second current. If you're tired of core hooping, you could do second current rolling, right? So like for me, my rolling, this is my favorite, this is my first current, right? So if I want to do it in second current rolling, I would go the other way. But I'm going to do core hooping because I don't want to stress my hand out. So blindfolded, second current flow, whatever that means for you. I don't know if this is going fast enough. All right, let's try something a little bit faster. All right, here we go. Second current, wherever you are. If you want to try to learn or develop standing still shoulders, just remember the idea of pushing into the hoop's current. Finding a way to shift into its current. Right? One of my favorite things to do with the blindfold is to really just isolate one quadrant. So that'd be like one spot here to here or here to here, and just feel that across, a couple of minutes of flow. I'm going to focus on this side point here to my chest, side point here to my chest. I'm going to feel myself push that out. I'm going to feel it pull in, push out, rotate out, rotate in. And the blindfold can kind of chill me out and let me appreciate that observation. I love doing this kind of focusing work blindfolded because it really can help you fine-tune your angles. Once you get to a place where you can consistently hold an angle, a blindfold can really help you fine-tune that angle. Like with my eyes open, I might not be so, it might not feel so or seem so obvious, but I can really feel my left arm wanting to hug my body right here, and my right arm kind of chicken winging out. And this is sort of me changing the points. Okay, so we kind of already are in the free hoop, so we're just gonna keep rolling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hey Tara, there she is. She's in the couch. Thank you guys for joining me so much. We're just gonna let it play into the next track. This is the free hoop. I won't be doing any more instruction. Let's plan on a class on Thursday, but I will post to my Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram if we do not have class Thursday. I know I mentioned it that I might not. Let's plan on it. So if you don't hear from me and you're watching right now, we will have class Thursday. This is the free hoop to hoop anytime, any way you want to. Hey, some of you might want to go get your phone right now and shoot some video if you're not watching on your phone. If you're looking for an app that will let you do both, try Media Monster. But anyway, some of you might want to shoot some video, see how it looks. I know what you're talking about, Lisa. I'm really bad at this kind of thing. I'll show you a little bit, just in case. For future class. Okay. Are you talking about this kind of thing? Okay, yeah, we'll do that for next class, or maybe Thursday. Sweet. Okay, for whoever's here, thank you guys so much. We're going to call it a night. And let's see. Yeah, we're going to call it a night. And thank you guys so much for joining us.